morning. Happy Saturday. This is Mr. Busted Moves, Roddy Mooring. All right. And today I got something good for y'all today, guys. I got something really good. We're gonna have some good combos, some good talk. Got some good stuff going on for you. You know, as usual, I am a Bye Bye Belly juice fanatic, okay? It is our energy and fitness drink that we have been using and selling for over a couple years now. It's got us in the best shape, energy, health of our lives, and we swear by it. So we are here to always share information with you about it. But today we're gonna talk about something a little different because I know that some people are getting ready to have a bariatric surgery or they're wanting to have any type of surgery and have some pre-op goals. So we're going to talk about how that works with the juice and things like that. So if you have been watching us for a while, thank you so much. We just hit 200K subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the alerts. We've been doing our 10-10-10 dance fitness challenge and so on and so forth. But today, look at this man, y'all. Look at him. Don't he look good? Look at this man. This is my husband. He looks amazing. And let's talk about this today, okay? He's going to share all the details with you about his journey with bariatric surgery, with our juice, and how everything has worked. Say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
Say hi to the people.
Oh, they writing stuff up there? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they saying what's up and good morning.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Sorry.
You don't got to walk it. You got a mic on, so you can just talk.
Oh, sorry. Well, I can't see. So.
I'll read the comments.
Okay.
I'm in charge of the comments,
Right.
okay? They said good morning. Hey, good morning to you guys. So, me and my daughter are always on here with our juice. It is a vitamin-enriched, energy, immune system building, plant-based, sugar-free goodness in a cup. I swear by this stuff. I drink this stuff every day. And it suppresses your appetite. It burns stubborn body fat from all over your body, particularly the belly area. It gives you vitamins and minerals and, more importantly, energy, okay? So you need to take our juice challenge and get on in. So we're going to talk about Mr. Mooring. Listen. I am so proud of you. He just turned 50 years old, guys. 50 years young, I like to say. Born in 1973. 50. Welcome to the fifth floor, strong black man.
How y'all doing?
He's being modest. He is being modest. Does it have protein? How much protein? This does not have protein. This is not a protein drink. It is keto friendly. It is carb free, sugar free, and all that good stuff. So no protein. It tastes like juice. It is not a detox. It is a vitamin enriched juice. And I just finished my gallon. You don't have to drink this much every day, but I love it that much. So I drink a whole cup of it like this. You only really need to drink half of that every day for it to work. But go to my website, click the link in my bio, all that good stuff. It's called Bye Bye Belly. So, turning 50 years old in the best shape of your life. Come on from behind. I need you to stand right there the whole time. I need them to see this fitness. Guys, don't he look amazing? 50 years old, in the best shape of his life. You got a picture? Do you have a picture? Huh, babe? Do you have a picture of what a before picture? Because I want to show you guys a before picture. And he's going to talk about how this juice helped him to reach his goals and also bariatric surgery. So he didn't do it all with juice, but my daughter and I and thousands of other women, hundreds of thousands of other men, women, and children are using this juice to meet their fitness goals, to have pre-op and everything like that. I'm going to try to see the questions as they come in because I don't want to put my finger in the screen too much. Let me see. And I don't want to miss it, so I'll try to read them as they come in. But while he looks for the before picture, listen, you can get started on this juice today. It doesn't come in a gallon. You have to get you a gallon of water, and we send you the powder and the flavoring, okay? Somebody said, how long has he been drinking the juice? Are you pushing bariatric surgery? No, I am not pushing bariatric surgery, but some people make a choice to do that, and, hey, to each his own. I haven't had bariatric surgery or anything like that, neither has my daughter, but this was his decision and his choice to get there that way, and a lot of other people. Whether you're having bariatric surgery, any surgeries, you always have to lose weight before you go onto the surgery table. So, hey, for whatever reason you got to get surgery for whatever, then we're gonna do that. In his case, there was a lot of health issues going on, and years worth of things going on that he's gonna talk about today. So. Just any picture. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Okay? So, I'll try to bring it up. So this is that's his before picture. Somebody said sleeve or bypass.
Sleeve.
He had the sleeve. This is his.
Well, it's the gastric sleeve bypass.
That's the before picture. Okay? So you see he had a lot of stomach area and just swole. But now look at him. I'm so proud because, to want to live longer is always a good thing, and some people have to do what they got to do to get to where they got to be. So let's talk about it. So what made you, I've known him. Here's another one. Hello, and I had the gastric sleeve. Well, let's see how you guys, they said you look great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I've been with Radi for 13 years. We've been married for 10 years. Together for 13, okay? And when I met him, he was always the swole. I like to call him the swole Radi. He was my Roddy bear. He's my Roddy bear, okay? And I love him just the same, okay? So, but it looks like I got a new husband now. It looks like I got a new husband. But what made you decide to, one, get on a weight loss journey and decide to have this surgery?
Well, I mean, being a big dude, I was always on a weight loss journey, I guess. And so, but after years of working out and diets and the opportunity came when you started doing the juice. And I started drinking the juice and it was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. So, but anyway, the point being is that the goal was just as I got older, I started to feel the weight more on my knees. I was always pretty mobile and I never looked like I was that big. So people were surprised, but it really was. I started feeling it in my knees, my joints, my ankles, just carrying the pressure of carrying around 330 plus pounds.
You was 330. You never told me that.
340 at one point was the biggest.
340. Nah, guys.
But I usually walked around about 330, 335.
That never ever was like. I never looked at the scale. I know you was a big guy, but I loved it so much.
You did. You never.
Listen,
I mean, you met me like that. So.
Listen, so yeah, okay.
And there was so much of me to love.
I mean, listen, you decided, but I know that, I knew that you had the weight, and I know you had blood pressure.
You're right.
And then I did know that your sleep was interrupted, the snoring and the apnea.
Oh, sleep apnea, so, high blood pressure, neck pain, back pain. All that. Throwing my back out a couple of times a year, all of that, yeah.
Right, and as his wife, I was like, look, we got to go to the doctor. We got to check you. Look, the doctor said, you got to get the weight off, man. And, he had started. So let's talk about leading up to the surgery.
Okay.
I know it had been over a year that you was discussing the surgery and, looking at ways to get it done. Talk about did you immediately jump to surgery or did you try to do things at first?
So you talking about the point? So right before I made the decision to actually go ahead and do it.
When you needed to lose weight and what was that process like?
Oh, okay. So really started out with definitely the juice when I got serious about it. And started drinking the juice and even though I was kind of skeptical, I was like, yeah, whatever. And I started drinking, I was like, oh wow, immediately it dropped I think it was 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
I sure did. And when I say immediately, it was maybe a month and a half.
I'm telling you, this juice, as soon as you start drinking
maybe about a month and a half.
It just gets in your system. It starts burning, stubborn fat,
and the cool
thing
is typically that happens because I've tried all kind of weight loss stuff, and when you're a big dude or just a big, I guess you have excess weight, so there isn't a weight loss regime I haven't tried. And so initially I thought it was water weight that I was losing, but that didn't make any sense because how can you be losing water weight and you're actually drinking,
It's made with a gallon
gallons
of
of water? And so that didn't make any sense. And so what I noticed is that like a lot of the swelling, this whatever it is that makes you not only big, but just that swollen feel, that bloated feeling. There we go.
Feeling.
It was good at taking away that bloatedness.
Yeah. So, okay, so you start drinking the juice.
I started drinking the juice and then, and started working out. You gotta work. I mean, listen, it's not a silver bullet. You know, you can't just drink the juice. Oh, you can just drink the juice. And I did just drinking the juice. I think it was like 15 or 20 pounds. But then it's like, okay, I wanted to start working out. But the juice really got me to that point to where I felt like working out.
The juice started giving you energy and you'd be like, I got to do something with this energy.
Yeah. It did. It made it easier to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not a silver bullet, but it definitely made it easier to eat right and it made it easier to go to the gym. And so, you know, days I would go to the gym, I started working out 4 times a week. Mm-hmm. No more than 30 minutes, just enough to get my heart rate up and, you know, get some muscle tone going on. And I did that for a while, along with the juice, along with, I cut out I cut out breads and pastas just because for me, that was my sugar. I was never been a sugar fiend, but give me breads and pastas and all that kind of stuff.
It all converts to sugar.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you did that, and so you start working out with the juice and working out, which I saw, you know, because he tried, you know, we both always talking about, you know, people in general know that we need to get healthy and lose weight, and Americans in general, we just such a well-off country, and we got everything we could ever want, but you know, he started working out and everything. I saw him serious, you know, because one of the things about getting weight loss surgery is, did the doctors pay for that? Do your health insurance pay for that, or did you pay? Did you have to pay out of pocket? So unfortunately. And wait, before that, so you started with the juice, you working out, you lost 25, 30 pounds. What made you say, okay, I really need to get the surgery, even though this is working? Like, what made you say, you know, but I still need the surgery though?
So dropping the weight wasn't so much as a problem as it was keeping it off.
Okay, keep talking to them. I'm gonna grab something.
So I started working out and eating right, or at least eating better than I had been. And then the holidays rolled around.
Oh, that's how that get us every time.
It's always something that's gonna break your routine. A birthday, a holiday, a celebration. You go out of town, you travel. Those are always my triggers.
Oh man!
Oh, we out of town? Oh, we got to go eat somewhere nice.
And we started traveling.
Right. Oh yeah. You know, so that type of thing. So the holidays, and then you fall off, and of course it's the same problem everybody has. But then I wouldn't pick it back up until, you know, maybe the summer, and then just kind of fall back into that same routine of working out, eating right, losing weight, and then putting it right back on. However, I will say, because of the juice, usually when I put the weight back on, you gain a lot more. And that has definitely been the case with me. I will say, and I just thought about that with the juice, that did not happen.
Okay. I'm telling you, the juice keep you on point.
You know,
and I did gain back with you if you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. It's
you're not gonna go over, but
it's good as an appetite suppressant as well, even though that's not the main goal, but it does have that effect. And drinking the juice makes it easier to make good choices. So no, the cravings don't go away, but at least the juice is like, I don't need that pastry. I don't need that cinnamon bun, I don't need that spaghetti. It made it a lot easier to make that decision.
And that's because of the plants. That's because of the plants in it. It's ashwagandha, and it's got black seed oil, and it's got it does not have any senna or anything to make you go to the bathroom, any of that, no caffeine, but it's all natural stuff, Chromanex, and it's got what's the one popular one now that everybody's doing, sea moss.
Oh yeah,
sea moss. It's got so much good stuff in it. Okay, all right, good. So you know, let's go ahead and get to the surgery. So you decided, like, you know, these holidays and things like that, I can't keep fighting this. Your health was in you know, contempt.
Yeah.
I call it contempt. His help was in contempt of court. You know, the doctor basically like, look, if you want to be around for your wife and family, you got to do something about this.
Right.
Right? We're not getting any younger. You're going on
Yeah.
50. And you decided you wanted to stay with me?
I did.
You didn't want to
And
leave?
family history and
Oh, well, you know, I love a man that try to take care of himself and his family and stick around. But so now let's talk about the surgery.
all right.
You didn't pay, you paid out of pocket.
Yes. Insurance, my insurance unfortunately would not pay for it. Had to pay out of pocket, and that's a big expense. And yeah, that's a big expense. So, you know, that was another piece of motivation as far as I have now is like, yo, I came out of pocket for that. I'm not about to gain this weight back.
Uh-oh.
But,
Now
it's like,
uh-oh.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what
Go
happened?
ahead. Nothing. Go ahead.
So what we talking about?
Yeah, you
just coming-
paying out of pocket. How much?
Oh, so that was, the total was, after it's all said and done, roughly close to $20,000.
Listen, was it that much? I don't remember it being that much.
All right, it was 17.
I don't remember it being that much. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez. Listen, the thing is, get your health together now because, you know, we got kids in college and stuff. That, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but I was really able to justify it because when I look back over the past and all the money I spent on products and health insurance on the other side, you know, health insurance will pay all day for you to go to the doctor and get checked out and for them to tell you that something's wrong with you, but they wouldn't pay for something that was like, yo, this is going to make me better. When I look at the money I save now, there's no more co-pays because I don't even go to the doctor. I mean, I do my annual physical, but other than that, you know, blood pressure pretty much that's under control.
Yeah.
No more sleep apnea.
woo, he does not snore anymore, guys.
So, you know, that's a daggone $1,000 machine right there. And that needs to be replaced periodically. And, you know, the medications and the co-pays for the medications that I was on, I think 4 or 5 medications
Yeah.
from blood pressure to all kind of stuff to help you sleep, stuff to help me wake up and blah, blah, blah. All of that's gone now. So when I look at it over the course of time and it's like, well, it was almost like a subscription. You know, I was up to,
That's an interesting way
you
to
know,
look at
$100
it.
plus a month just in medications and doctor and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you know, so you know, at first I was like, that's a lot of money, you know, but for me it was more about people get this surgery all the time and then they end up back the same size 5
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
And I was like, why pay that money for you to go back to that size? So for me, the big thing with him was, I want to see that you really committed to it. Because like, I feel like if you're not doing it before the surgery, you ain't gonna do it after the surgery.
That's true.
And so the year before that, like, okay, so we set your surgery day.
Okay.
He convinced me. He said, "Bang, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." So we set a surgery date. And then what happened?
I threw my back out. Okay, so
The day before surgery.
the day before surgery, I threw my back out.
Did you really throw your back
I
out?
did,
or
I did.
you
I had to
Did you
change-
get scared? Because you never had surgery before.
No, it was.
And surgery is very dangerous.
So I did throw my back out, changing a tire on the truck. A long story. But however, looking back on it, psychologically, I probably did sabotage myself in some type of way. I shouldn't have been out there changing the tire.
The night before surgery.
Threw my back out, and because they want you up and walking immediately after surgery. As soon as you wake up, they want you up and walking, you know, try to help your body adjust or whatever. And so since I wasn't going to be able to walk, then they had to cancel the surgery. However, I had already, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But even after that, I was so angry because like, I can't believe this is happening. And I had already been on a 2-week pre-op diet, which means drinking shakes and basically very limited down to like a few hundred calories a day. Mm-hmm. And so that's to help shrink the fat off of your liver so they can, you know, hopefully safely do surgery. And so I just kept up with that routine. the working out and then the eating right.
And that, my friends, is when I was really on
Yeah.
board with it. When I saw him really, he was so discouraged after he hurt
Yeah.
his back and missed the surgery date, and then he couldn't do it again for months or whatever.
Yeah. Ended up being a year
It ended
later.
up being a whole nother year later. So it's just been a process, and during that year before he rescheduled, he literally stuck to his eating plan, his workout plan,
Right.
drinking his juice, steady, like heading in the right direction, and just working so hard towards your goals. And
I
was
had
like,
to
you know
I
what,
had to
this,
change this.
yes,
I had to change. It took about a year of just thinking about it before I actually decided to have the surgery.
Yeah.
And then I threw my back out, and that was another year.
dang,
And you really do got to change your mind. And I had gotten to the point to where there's no return. I'm not going back, surgery or not. If I just got to work out and eat right for the rest of my life, that's what I'll do. And I was doing good. And then the holidays rolled back around.
yeah,
And started eating and cooking, and then next thing you know, it was February, my 49th birthday rolled around, and I picked back up 25 plus pounds.
right,
And
because the holidays and things like that.
so I was like, oh, it's not losing the weight that's the problem, it's keeping it off. And then that was the final, like, you know what?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my dad didn't make it past 67. His dad didn't make it out of his 50s, and I was approaching my 50s, and that doesn't mean that was going to happen to me, but that was definitely something looming over my head. And I was like, it'd be messed up if I had to leave this world, or if worse, I had to spend the next 20, 30 years of my life and my wife having to take care of me because I'm not mobile. And I started thinking about stuff like that. That was probably the biggest
That
factor.
is so unselfish
Is
of you. I
everybody
appreciate
else
that.
around me. It's like, yeah, I didn't want to be a burden, and I felt my health going in that direction, to where I was like, I'm gonna be a burden on my wife one day, and that's not cool.
Thank
And
you.
I don't want to have to hear her.
Get up! Get off
Yeah,
this
she
bed.
would have been. Oh, that would have been.
I am not nurse. I am
No,
not the
she is not a
bedside.
nurse. That would have been bad if she got to take care of me for the next
I
20 or 30
am not
years.
the
Oh, that-
bedside person. You do not want to be
No,
sick
no, I
around
was
me.
like,
It's
I got to.
horrible.
Let me.
It's
make
horrible. Please take care of yourselves, everybody.
And I'm chasing my grandson around the park,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Oh,
that's a
that
big deal.
one. Yeah. That.
Like we got grandkids, and I be rolling on the floor with him, and he couldn't do that.
All right, so check this out. So there was a few things. There were a few triggers that got me to the point of saying I need the surgery, and that was definitely one. The time I had Chance out in the park, and he playing soccer. This dude at the time was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And
He's 5 now.
and he's running, and I can barely keep up with him. And I was like, this dude can get away from me if he wanted to. Like, if he wanted to run out there in the street and not listen to me, there's not a darn thing I can do about it. I couldn't run from one side of the field horizontally to the other without just being absolutely winded. And I was like, man, he's going to be 17 one day. He's going to be 18 one day. He's going to be 13. He's going to want to, he's got his dad and everything, but I'm his granddad, right?
Okay,
and so
okay.
things like that, I was like, that's not going to be cool. And I started thinking about the future.
Yeah.
It's like, how is this going to affect everybody else and myself?
Okay, so what about this is one thing I think that, so 2 years ago, I went on TikTok and went viral on the internet and became like, a social media superstar. And that means he was on camera more, and he used to see himself on camera.
Oh,
And you're like, wait a minute, you ain't
Yeah.
gonna be the only one looking good on
yeah, I
camera.
did
Hold
not
on.
like the way I looked on camera. I mean, nobody likes the way they look or sound on camera.
That's not true. I
Well,
love
let me
how
back
I look on
up.
camera.
Let me back. You're one of the few people that don't mind seeing that. Anyway, I was like, God, is that me? Is that what I really look like? Like, oh my goodness. So
But no, more than anything, just wanting to be healthy. I truly
Yeah.
believe that. Okay, so now that he's got all his ideals together, he done convinced himself, done saved his coins, got his wife on board, and now the real surgery day has rolled around.
they're not gonna kick. We're not on too long.
No,
It's not
we're
like
good.
Zoom.
We're
It
good.
ain't like Zoom where they kick you off.
We
Oh,
trying to
okay.
get these people the information. They can fast forward or go away if they want
Okay.
to. But now we're gonna get to the questions. I see some questions. If you're still here, Mr. Brian, I'm gonna get to your questions. We're gonna definitely take some questions.
Okay.
But we're at the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for surgery. The date is set again. 2 weeks before is surgery day.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for surgery. What was the surgery? Tell me about the surgery. Tell us about the surgery.
The
What
two
was
weeks
that
leading up
like?
to it.
No, like
Oh, just
what was the surgery like?
Oh, I don't remember it. I was asleep.
How long did you tell us the surgery process? And you know what they do? What do they actually do to you?
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So generically it's called bariatric surgery, and then the specific type of surgery I had was called a gastric sleeve bypass. They basically cut off a portion of your stomach. It's not to be confused with a lap band. That's what a lot of people think. Lap band is the physical device that restricts how much you can eat at one time. This is actually where they actually cut off a piece of your stomach, make your stomach smaller. It looks like basically like a shirt sleeve after they're done with it. That's where the name comes from. But in any
Okay.
case, and so it just restricts how much food you can intake at one time.
Okay. So you had the surgery.
So I had the surgery. I was
You
in
went
and
in at
I was
what
in and out of there,
time?
and I think the surgery took like an hour,
Okay.
something like that. And most of that was just prep work. It was endoscopic, I think is what they call it. So they made 3 small incisions, one right here, and one on my belly button. Can't even see them now. And they stick the device in there and do what they need to do. Once you get out, that whole process, and then waking up.
How did you feel when you woke up?
Oh my God. All I remember is folks was touching me and Mr. Morin, wake up. I was like, get away. Where's my wife? Where my wife at? All I knew is that
This man
there was a
has
bunch of
never
strange
had
people
surgery.
around
Thank
me.
you, Lord. You never had
And
surgery.
there was one person that I trusted, and that was my wife. And I didn't want nobody else touching me. And so apparently I may have caused a ruckus in the post-op room.
Woof. I see why he thank God for his health, because woof, you don't need to have no more
All
surgery.
these strange people around me, I was coming out of it. I was all drugged up, and yeah.
Okay, so how did you feel though, like your body?
Initially, so like immediately
Immediately after.
Immediately after, you just still kind of, the drugs are still in your system, so you don't feel anything. They want you up and walking as soon as possible. So as soon as you're able to physically wake up, they want you to actually walk. What they do is actually, to help get to your stomach, part of the process is to shrink the fat around your liver. That's the pre-op, the 2 weeks before. And then they actually fill your body up with air during surgery, and then they do everything. And so to help get that air out of your system, they want you up and walking around, which is why when I threw my back out, I couldn't do the surgery because I wasn't going to be able to walk around. So they want you up and walking around. So it's just woozy. I don't really, I don't really remember exactly how I felt immediately after, other than just kind of dazed and confused,
Yeah.
and the pain hadn't kicked in yet.
Okay, so talk about it.
About what?
Like after
Okay.
day one, did you go home the same day?
Okay, so no. I ended up spending the night in the hospital. You almost can go home the same day, but they want to make sure you're straight, so they keep you a night. Spent the night in the hospital, and then they send you home. And there's a whole meal plan, right? There's this whole 4-phase process. The first phase, you're only eating you're only taking in liquids. The next phase, you just introduce more solid, semi-solid foods, and then more solid foods, and then crunchy foods, and that sort of
Okay,
thing.
I don't care about the meal
All right.
plan. How did you feel? What did you eat? Could you eat when you came home? What was it like? Come on now, I don't want that doctor version. I want
All
what
right.
happened.
Well, so I got home and drinking liquids. Had to force myself because you got a new stomach and it's got staples in it, and it hurts. So you have to force yourself to eat. If you don't eat, intake, you get malnourished. So if I'm not drinking those shakes or whatever, and so I ain't gonna lie, the first 2 weeks sucked. The first 2 weeks after surgery was absolutely just sucked. I had about every symptom you can imagine. Whatever on that sheet of paper when they say, hey, here are all the possible symptoms, I think I had them everything, to include passing out at one point.
Oh my God.
I fainted, just because I wasn't taking in the nutrition properly. My body's used to having 300 pounds worth of blood in its system. Not 300 pounds, but it's worth that much blood in its system. And then now your liver is processing things differently. Your stomach doesn't have as much food. Your body's like, yo, what's going on? There's no food in your stomach. I'm gonna have to start pulling food, nutrition from other ways. It's just a weird feel. It was just really uncomfortable the first couple of weeks.
It basically made me feel like, let me just do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
It just.
I was gonna say almost to the point to where it made me wish I didn't have it, but it wasn't that bad. But it was, it sucked.
I'm just gonna do what I gotta do because I don't.
Post surgery was the first couple of weeks was awful. Throwing up. Oh my God. Yeah.
Why was you doing so much throwing up? Because you
eating too fast.
Eating too fast.
Consuming too. So one of the things, what's more important for weight loss, whether you have the surgery or don't have the surgery, and this is across the board, what was more important with what I ate was how I ate. Mm-hmm. So the amount of food I would consume in one session and the speed at which I would consume it. So how fast I ate. Okay. So just out of habit, just drinking fast and eating fast, and it's just, your body's like, nope, that's too much at one time.
Hey.
Even water.
Ooh.
Even sucking down water, that's going to come back up.
Every time I see him walking that way, I'm like,
you just had surgery on your stomach, so your stomach body's like, nah, we're not having that.
And it's all swollen. I was just like, did we do the right thing? Oh, I hope he did the right thing. And
you better have somebody there with you. If this is a journey you're trying to take by yourself,
you don't recommend
I couldn't imagine doing that by myself.
Yeah. So a month passed.
Okay.
How long? First of all, how long has it been since you had the surgery?
The surgery was last April. April 22.
Okay, so about 10 months. Mm-hmm. About 10 months now. When did you start feeling? How do you feel now?
I feel great.
Look at that smile.
I feel fantastic. He was worth every penny. It'd have been worth every penny at twice. Well, I ain't gonna say that because there might be some doctors on here, so I ain't gonna say. Let's just say it was, for me, it was worth every penny.
Really? But at what point, okay, so that was 1 month after. What was the third month like? You start losing the weight the first month? Did the weight start falling off?
I didn't start. Okay, so the first month, that was all that. And it takes about 90 days to go through all these phases. And so again, a lot of that has to do with eating. So your mind is saying, hey, I want a big old piece of fried chicken. But your body is saying, we don't want fried chicken. Matter of fact, we don't want fried anything. Grease is an important thing that you don't intake a lot of fat. So your body kind of rejects fat immediately. So as time went on, things got better. On the eating side of the house. Now, take away the food cravings and that, because the food cravings don't go away. Again, we're talking about up here. So your body, you look at a buffet and you know how long we would go to a restaurant and I would still order
stuff to
food like I was still, able to eat that much.
We at the restaurant and he's still ordering the same plate.
I ate 4 bites of food and I'm done and I got all these leftovers, and so yeah. But again, the more time went on, I dropped a lot of weight immediately. Within the first 2 weeks, I dropped 20 pounds.
Okay.
That was in the first.
So now that you've been 10 months, how much have you lost?
I'm right at 100 pounds.
Okay, so
you almost 100 pounds even.
Congratulations, and you're good health, feeling good. How about your eating? Has your stomach stretched back out?
No. As time has gone on, the variety of food that I can eat has increased now.
Okay.
Whereas at first it was definitely like anything fatty or greasy or very sugary, high in sugar, high fat content, absolutely out of the question. It's like it was coming back up. It just made me feel like crap. I ate 2 cookies last night.
Okay. And that's a
No,
lot.
no, 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 no. Let me back up. Let me back up. I ate them over the course of an hour.
Okay, so it take you longer to eat 2
Yeah,
cookies, and
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to
yeah.
eat stuff slow.
However, before, if I'd eaten 2 cookies in a whole day, I would have felt like I'd drank a gallon of alcohol.
Okay.
Sugar has that effect on me now. If I take
Okay.
in too much sugar, it feels like a hangover, and it's just awful. So,
Okay.
so weird things like that, like what I can eat versus what I could eat before, and the variety of food. But
Okay, so somebody said with 100-pound loss, what happened to the skin?
oh, so I was very concerned. Matter of fact, that was the major factor: vanity. Vanity didn't make me want to do it. Vanity almost made me not do it because I was afraid of that. I didn't want to walk around with
With the
all
big
this.
head.
Yeah, looking like the weatherman. Well, I ain't gonna diss nobody, but
Yes, we don't do that here.
sorry. But I didn't want to walk around looking crazy. However, I didn't want to be unhealthy more. So that was just a risk I took. And the doctor was like, don't worry about it. Your skin is more elastic than you think. And that has been the experience. Around my stomach there is, if like I
But
bend
it's
a
still
certain
not
way.
like it ain't
But
nothing
no,
though.
no,
Like
no.
it's shrinking nicely. I think it has
It
something to
does.
do
Your
with
skin has amazing ability to shrink.
But you also be in the gym,
Now that's true, yeah.
so I think you have to work out and that muscle.
I would definitely say that if there's I don't see how taking this journey includes you have to work out some kind. It would have been a waste of money not working out because yeah, you still lose the weight, but now you're not toned. So yeah, you do have more of the exaggerated. Because you might see some people that haven't seen you in a year. I
Yeah.
still to this day people haven't you see periodically, and so it's just like, oh my God, what happened to you? And you look older and everything, and so I think working out has helped that a lot.
Okay.
Working out has definitely helped, you know, uh, making things to where they don't droop as much.
Okay. I said, how long did it take your skin to shrink? Is it shrinking simultaneously?
Yes, it's shrinking simultaneously.
So
Yes.
with the weight loss, the skin is shrinking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think that's great. You know what? That really did surprise me about him. His skin is shrinking at the same time he's losing weight. That could
Right.
be a DNA,